Hi, my name is Nyah Maddox, and I'm a student from Southfield, Michigan, and now I'm a CS19 alum. Thank you to the students of CS19 for making this semester amazing. And thank you also for giving me this opportunity to speak for us all today, because that's what I'm doing, speaking for us all. I would also like to thank the parents of CS19, because you sent your amazing, wonderful children here. I know it must have been hard for you to do that, but it was wonderful. And finally, I'd like to thank the staff of Conserve. I think the students here build a really special relationship with the staff, something that you might not be able to do at your sending school. You can really tell when teachers are important when students are crying to leave the class on the last day. One semester, 4 months, 120 days, 172,800 minutes, and way too many seconds to count. But you all get it. A semester is a very long time to spend away from your friends and family with all new people. Yet I can guarantee you the majority of CS19, if asked if they wanted to stay another semester, would. Why? Because Conserve is so much more than a school for us. Conserve is full of unique experiences with people who all have the same goals in mind, with people who all want to make the most of this time together. I still feel as though one could never truly explain the entirety of Conserve. Conserve is one of those stories that you finish off with, well, you really had to be there. Because to really understand our experience here, you really just had to be there. However, I will try to share a piece of CS19 with you today. When thinking of my time here at Conserve, there are many classic moments. One of those for me is announcements. They happen twice a day, every day. And lunch announcements really stick out for 2 reasons. 1, it's when we get the classic Phil catchphrase at the end of lunch. And 2, it's when we come together as a community to acknowledge what we're working towards or what we have already accomplished, the CS19 Conserve Learning Goals. The goal 1 is appreciates and experiences the wonder of nature, values fundamental, lifelong connections with nature, and expresses those connections in creative ways. Just last weekend, many of the students spent their time outside in Quincy's that they built themselves. I think that shows that they really value each other and spending time outdoors. They also spent that same weekend at a craft fair where they made works of art out of natural objects like wood and rock. Comprehends the complex meanings of sustainability and stewardship and uses these principles as guideposts for their personal and professional lives. Many students here, like myself, have learned a lot from Conserve. We've learned how to be true environmental stewards. Many students have also taken small steps at home, like you, Liana, who started a compost in her hometown. Many students have also tried changing their diets to be more sustainable. I think Claire and a few other people are still holding out as vegetarians. Will have taken a strong step forward on their educational path equal to or greater than the expected progression in their sending school. Yesterday we talked as a Conserve group, and one thing that really stood out was that a lot of people spoke about what they learned here. We didn't just learn about math or about science. We learned how to be good people. We learned how to care about people, how to speak for people, and how to speak for ourselves. Demonstrate improved skills in the principles and practices of teamwork and leadership. At the beginning of the semester, the teachers were leading talking circles and discussions on controversial issues. However, we have come a long way to now the students are leading talking circles and discussions that the teachers attend. We've also come a long way with respectively and effectively expressing ourselves, and for that I'm really proud of us as a community. Demonstrates a commitment and responsibility to community and is inspired to take value and take part in service for others. Conserve is always looking to help each other, whether that just be with a project or volunteering in the Land O'Lakes community. We love doing things that help others because that brings us happiness. Conserve CS19 has a total of 520 community service hours, and I'm sure we all enjoyed every last one of those. Demonstrates the observational and reflective skills necessary to the development of a meaningful and lasting sense of place. All the students of CS19 were required to pick a phonology spot. We went to that spot once a week for various weeks. That spot became more to us. It's where we learned how to just be by ourselves, and it's where we learned how to appreciate nature in many ways. We were told by our teachers not to get on your phones, not to listen to music, and not to think about what you want to do when you get home. Just to be there, just to watch the connections that you see, just to think about what you're looking at. And that was very valuable for us. We'll never forget those spots because they were just where we were. Has a hopeful and realistic outlook, including a personal vision for a better future. Even though we are all scared by climate change, we still have hope as a community. We have hope that we can make a difference, and at the end of the day, hope pushes harder than anything else. I know CS19 will make a difference because we are a community with powerful voices and minds, and we also know what we want to do for our world. There's a quote that there is no power of change greater than a community discovering what it cares about. Well, that's what Conserve is, a community that knows what they care about and knows how to work together to achieve that goal. Demonstrates the skills necessary to feel comfortable and confident in the outdoors, both alone and with others. If you think CS19 isn't comfortable outdoors, you're largely mistaken. Lucas, who's amazing, by the way, is so comfortable outdoors, he once fell asleep in the hemlocks and missed check-in by an hour. Fun day, guys. Understands and critically evaluates the complexities of environmental issues, including their ethical dimensions, and advocates effectively for what they believe is just. In class, we have many discussions that center around the environment, but stem to race, politics, and income. Each and every one of those discussions were very valuable to me and many of the other students because it was where we were able to see different aspects of one thing and we were able to see other people's opinions. We didn't always agree together, but we always thought of a way that we could work together, and that's what's important. Understands educational and professional opportunities related to the environment and how to pursue them. I think you all as parents should be worried about that one. Your kids might come home wanting new pet bees, or to go out late at night and look for bats. But we really did learn about a lot of new opportunities. And I think a lot of us didn't know there were so many out there. We were told about jobs that are amazing and sound great, and we're like, how can you get paid for that? Frequently takes time for outdoor play and reflection. I don't think I really need to explain that one. We love being outside and we love doing things out there. Finally, has come to know Lowenwood and has developed gratitude for this gift from James R. Lowenstein, and through their deepening love of this place, has become inspired to be a caretaker of the natural world. Before I finish my speech, I want to read a poem that's an original work by one of the students here, Caroline. Summer was just fading when I said hello. When I committed to understanding, to feeling, the sun through the branches, the scruff of lichen, the maple's flames, to watch the forest burn and then transform, to dream of ferns and lichen. This is what I promised, and in turn, I awoke to see geese flying overhead, on to their next home. The next morning, it snowed. I remember spinning and laughing, crying and then falling. Lying here, I never want to leave, but alas, my butt is growing cold. So I leave my footprints to be covered by tomorrow's snow. My last glance back reveals lichen, happy and green. This semester has been more than great for us. It has been everything you can think of, from the struggles of a foreign place to the wonder of exploration and discovery, to the friendships that have stemmed and grown into a family. We have all been very lucky to have spent 4 months, 120 days, 172,800 minutes together. Lowenwood is home for all of us now, and forever will be. As Phil would say, make it a great one. Bye for now, CS19.